but they will not be picky if they eat a chance to eat you. They steal your life and then they use it to cast spells against you. Avoid their spells and kill them quickly. They're weak. I think we actually read some of this, so
Yeah,
we're good right now.
Yeah, so.
All right, so we now met
Uhura.
Uhura. That will be the place to see just how good a fighter you are. I get tired of not using spear and shield for so long a while. Maybe you and I will go check out skills there. No throwing things, though. Only melee fighting.
And no magic either, so.
Okay, so no magic, just melee, and put the baby on the ground while we're fighting with spears.
She's not going to carry it. Well,
yes, but while we're fighting with spears, let's put the baby on the ground. This be the training area. If you have some spare time, let's train. You may be a warrior, and there are plenty of things to learn about combat. Throw the baby.
That's Peasant's Quest.
There's a Peasant's Quest?
Yes.
It's quite effective.
So this is kind of an addition. So she's
okay. So we're gonna learn how to fight. The tutorial is intended to introduce the player to the basics of game battle system. Good. We start with some footwork. First, move backwards. Okay. Move back 1. We now both be standing at the edge of the combat area. None of us be capable of moving farther backward. Now we walk forward again to advance on opponent. Well, this one is, if enemy be right in front of you, you cannot advance further. Makes sense? Footwork also important when getting out of harm's way. There be various ways to dodge incoming attacks. The most common way of dodging be moving sideways. Be careful if enemy swings with his weapon. If you be dodging in the wrong direction, you'll be walking right into his blow. Throwing the baby would be very effective. Good. In real combat, opponent may be faster. I be going easy on you now. Reflexes and blades must be equally sharp, otherwise you lose. There be ways to evade blows in combat, and all of them based on principles of footwork. Easiest way is jumping backwards and moving out of my reach. Let's try it. I'm going to have to go to chat because I can't see the chat. I'm pretty sure that using magic and ranged weaponry with Uhura, sorry, Uhura, the you lady, is this dishonorable act. I'm pretty sure you're right. She
don't like quit if you try to do anything like that. So.
Yep. I'm pretty sure you are absolutely right there, Nox. If an attack is aimed high, you can quickly duck under it. This might not be tiring if you remain within a range for a quick counterattack, but only work if act at last moment. Need good timing, so let's try. Okay. Keypad 2 down at last moment, duck high attacks. Well timed. Now if we try something similar, if an enemy uses attack aimed at kneecaps or feet, you can jump up to avoid it. I do low stab and you dodge by jumping. Press 2 down at the last moment in order to jump over the low attacks. So what? Good anticipation be good addition to reflexes. Try to anticipate when I will strike. You be quick learner. Last defensive action be parry skill. Footwork be very important, but it be not only way to save your life in a battle. You can block attacks with either shield or weapon. Shield be best for stopping attacks of any kind, but swordsmen often favor blade to stop attack from other swordsmen. Sword arms often be more nimble than shield arms. Okay. Keypad left to block the attacks with your shield. Use keypad 6 right to block attacks with your weapon. Ready? Now? Make sure you defend like that in actual combat too. Now we do some attacking. Combat can't be won unless you can damage enemy. The safest and fastest way to attack be the stab or thrust. Stab does not do much damage, but enemy won't have much time to defend it or counter it. Try stabbing. Press 9 to stab. Finally, let's practice the swing. This attack be slower than the stab, but inflicts more damage. Press keypad home or home to swing your weapon. And now you had to set this key up, right? Attack me more. As you can see, opponent will 9 defense, and you better be doing 2. That be all for now. Next training session, we fight for real. One more thing, if you think you be losing, run away. Survival be more important than pride. You may die gloriously out in the desert, but nobody here will ever know. Hint, hint. Okay.
Run away!
Okay, can you move this up? Just up so we can still see that we're in this stream, but not there. Okay. Yes, thank you, Stream Elements, for noticing that we're streaming. Okay, all right. Missouri Sana, I accept your challenge. So we are ready for the fight. Is she going to be tough?
Oh, yeah.
She's like an Amazon woman.
Yes, sword.
Davey's watching. He's like, please don't throw the sword at me. Come on, Mom! You can do it! We're supposed to be voting for the hero, but we have hardly made any kind of...
Oh, critical hit.
Nice. Look at you go.
Boom! Yes!
Oh, smack down on her rear end, didn't we? Critical hit. Critical hit. Arcade. If do not let me touch you with my spear the next time, I will be plenty mad if some monster tears you to shreds because you do not dodge enough. Now, do you have a cheater pad that tells you all the different codes that you can have like at the ready? Because there's so many different ones. I can't.
Well,
I think it was 9 was a dodge.
No, 9 is a strike.
Nike, okay.
7 is a swing.
Okay.
But that was the purpose of the tutorial. You can also change the options. We will have a couple more options eventually. She'll teach us a little more over time as well, like how to do certain other attacks. Some I even sort of knew, like if you jump just at the right time, he'll jump back and then strut, and then jump right back forward, and maybe give a critical hit, which will knock your opponent down. So there are some patterns that also kind of help to know that if I can time things just right, I can best her. And also even with other things like the brigand, I had some trouble with, and that's one of the easiest monsters. But I need to buff up. I need to then learn his patterns, and then they'll become a lot easier. So
Gotcha. Okay. So, is there a part in the game where, just like before, if you've battled too many times? Before Simba was born, I was doing some hunting in the desert and fought many monsters. If you be wanting to know more about them, just say so. So now we've asked these, right? These are all asked.
Well, she's giving us tips on how to fight some. They carry throwing daggers.
Oh, okay. They be moderate fighters, but if they
new to this game.
Still kill unprepared victims. They sometimes carry throwing daggers, so keep guard up at distance too. It usually be best to stay close to them. If you fight Jackalmen pack, you must keep moving at all times. Trading hits will be very bad indeed. Idea. Hit and run to slowly wear the pack down while keeping yourself alive. Ghouls be powerful, but their powers have limits. Defend until their energy runs dry, and don't let them steal from you or recover power. Attack while they be weak. So they can steal your weapons in the fight?
No, it's just
steal money.
They drain your stamina actually.
Scorpions not be very smart fighters, so keep eye on what attacks they use. Learn to predict what comes next. Pterosaurus cannot defend, but can take lots of hits. Quick stabs, halt its attack, but you still need good dodging skills. So you do not die while wearing it down. Wearing it down takes a long time. Can we check the sound real quick since we relog back in? Just make sure the sound is where we need to be. Okay, great. Maybe they fixed that part. Bye, baby. We come back and, oh, she's holding the baby. I was like, we come back and the baby's still on the ground. Oh, we could talk to the baby. Goo goo gaga. It doesn't even look like a baby. Oh, no, that's you saying goo goo gaga. Poltergeists make up principal types of spontaneous material manifestations. What? Don't bother. He only tries to show off. It would be best until you're back in the main guild hall before telling stories. That was so funny that I expected the baby to be going goo goo gaga. I didn't expect that. Nobody expects the expected. Habari, young or boy, you might find work for a hero here too. So were these screens also recolorized, remastered from the original?
It's very similar, but they did a VGA remake.
You have truly earned the...
Okay, we were asked.
Yes, we've already talked to Rakesh. The way of the paladin is to seek to know that which is truly is. The paladin strives to learn his own inner nature and that of others. The paladin does whatever needs to be done to bring light to the world. And actually, I had a lower voice for him. Not the glory, not the gain. The paladin becomes the paladin because it is his will. The will is the very essence of your soul.
Sultan.
The Sultan Harun Rashid watches over his people and strives to make sure they are happy and content. It sorrows him greatly to think of Razir. It angers him greatly to think of the one behind Razir. The Emir Aris of Razir was well loved but not wise. The current Emir of Hazan Razir is neither loved nor wise.
Oh, okay. Hassan, that's what his name is.
Hazan.
Actually, I wonder if...
This guy knows an awful lot for just sitting in the...
Raja Satarnas.
My brother is Raja Santarnes is the current ruler.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious if they added with this version because this, they had Quest for Glory 3 to kind of follow up on. So.
I see. See,
said the blind man.
I do.
I'm Monsieur, and this is my weapon shop. I make the best swords and daggers. What do you want?
What I want.
Kind of hear fullness from Quest for Glory 5 doing this guy's voice.
Okay. Okay. So, do what about his voice?
Just sort of a similar voice.
What's his voice like?
He didn't have one.
You came here for a chat? I'm a busy man. Okay, we can buy a new dagger. Do we need one? We already own them, don't we? How many do we need?
Well, might get more of those later, but let's see. Let's see.
Talk him down to 75. Azir mumbles something profane. That's nearly not enough. Shoot it up to... that's nearly not enough. Pay 96 for it or forget it. How about 91? 90. There you go. Having traded in your old sword and paid the money, you now have one of Azir's swords. For all his bragging, he does make fine weapons.
UF.
What's a wimp like you asking for EOF for? Only real men join the EOF. FO or FU? The desert is where you separate the men from the wimps. If you want monsters, go out in the desert at night. That's where real men get weapon practice, not with some wimpy dame at the guild hall. But that dame would kick his ass all over the place. This place has the best weapons. How about her?
Nice dame.
Nice dame. See, nice boobies. That place is for sissies after all. It's run by a woman. I make the finest weapons in all of Shapir because I'm a real man. It's the finest suit of male. It's the finest suit of male in all the realm, and its value is far beyond you.
Can't buy it.
That's sold to someone else. They'll pick it up tomorrow. That's sold to one of the Sultan's guards. He's a real man. He'll pick it up today. I can sell you the best daggers you've ever seen for only 500 centimeters apiece. I make the finest swords in the city. I got that. I got that. I got that. I got that guy. A guy who brags about his tools. Well, you know. Those are my trophies from arm wrestling tournaments in Petal-Lemur. They are not for sale. It takes a real muscle to be good at arm wrestling. I'm the best. If you want me to prove it, let me know and I'll be glad to wrestle you. I haven't got all day. I'm just standing around. Nobody else is in the shop. I don't like nosy little turps who are not real men. I am an Azure of the House of Usher. Not unless you're a real man. You can see the wooden trapdoor underneath the anvil. It looks very much like Sal's bellows. It is the emblem of the ironworker's trade. The silvery shimmering coat of the costly mail glistens in the glimmering glow of the fire. Somebody went to the thesaurus, or thesaurus, how do you say that? Thesaurus, and the double axe blade. Okay, the double axe blade axe is a precursor of the Gillette blade axe. You could make short of this wood elemental with this baby. A mace in the face will make you a race with haste to the nearest plastic surgeon's place. A sword for the few, the proud, the mercenaries, the real men. Put on layaway by a desert brigand, this sword made from the tusk of the fiercest desert creature known as a tisk. Obtaining a tisk tusk is a task because of the risk of getting a tisk tusk ticked. Say that too many times, people. A sword for we people. Let's face it, how many swords can one guy own? See what I mean? See what I mean? The smaller sword is the one you can have. The trowel contains water used for cooling heated metals. There are swords and shields and many other weapons on the wall. This shop seems well equipped to do business. It's the Black Shield of Fallworth. It's been repainted.
We're so glad to see you tonight. Thank you so much for being here and being one of my VIP.
You could go looking for the that one deserves a
Score!
Serena, tongue twister is for sure. Fun though, there was a lot of clever ones, but I do like this guy. Perhaps there's someone else who knows more about that, so get the hell out of here, jackass. Oh, can we talk to this? Who is that person?
Yeah, okay. First, I am going to fill up.
Oh, so this is where we can get water and fill our water skins. And how about the one we drank earlier? Oh, no, we filled both. We have two. We filled both, right?
Right. Yeah, okay.
So to make it difficult, now you've got to make sure that your weight isn't isn't too high either. And our weight load is getting really close to the maximum, right?
Yeah, so we're gonna have to be careful there until we
so should we go out
strengthen up.
Okay, so what do we do?
Well, we when your strength and vitality go up, then you can improve.
Nagasad, ole, ole, come on in, Gunzutite, Tippecanoe, how do you do? Pleased to meet you, and I mean to please you. Welcome to my little shop of wonders. Wonder what a shop is? It's magic, of course. I am Keep On Laughing proprietor. You must be Nobel Cause. Proud to know you, Mr. Cause. Shapir always hopes for heroes. Greet. What's new, Blue? It's sand, man. Hot, Scott. Dry, guy. Oh, no. Griffin, Jackal, Pterosaur at school. Learn their ways in Adventurer School. Brigand, Genie, Scorpion, all ask for info at the Guild Hall. Captain Leffen is my name. Ask me again. I'll tell you the same. It reminds me of Neelix from Voyager. If you choose to snooze, you lose, Zeus. So don't be accused of dulling your fuse with abuse. Just get with the news. Don't quote me, but Aziza has a waterbed and fiddles with fish. What does she do with the fish? Auntie Aziza lives off in the east end of Shmali Tariq. Mind your P's and Q's when you are there, or she might send you know where. Is she Alibaba? Okay. Shapir is a city, small and quaint, and pretty. Shapir is a land large and great and grand. It is their wish for the world of a dervish. I will pay 1,500 centimes in dinars, of course, for such a thing. All you have to do is find it. We found it, but clip-clap to the magic shop to see the owner and flip his flop. What? I sell spells. I'm a little low on spells in stock, but I do have scrolls of detect magic for a negligible 10 dinars, triggers for only 15. Force bolt for the measly 20, levitate for a mere 30 dinars, Erasmus razzle dazzle for a paltry 25 dinars.
Well, he is a gnome, and Punny Bones is also a gnome.
I was thinking it was Punny Bone. It is the cousin of the notes that tells the jokes in Quest for Glory 4. If you have a need for nudging or a bent for bouncing, this spell is swell. It can punch, it can push, it can even beat around the bush. All this for a mere 20 dinars. A shining example of scintillating spell, it brings a tear to the eyes of the other guys who spy it. The trigger spell is like the witch's switch with a hitch, Rich. It makes the last cast, magic cast, in the past happen fast. Not only that, brat, but the trigger makes you hoarse. Detect will select what you suspect, but you can't inspect. Expect the effect to wreck the protection by creating a defect in its perfect reflection. It's got its ups and its downs, but if you need a lift, this will get you off the feet, off the ground. Oh, those old things? I could never get them to work correctly, but then again, I've never worn them. Magic, magic everywhere. Find it at Izaza's lair. Magic, magic, wait a bit. Find it in the soul of wit. Magic, magic in the stars. An astrologer can see that far. Magic, magic, where to begin? Go ask the mighty Jinn. Magic, magic, where to stop? Look around my magic shop. If you want to be witty, then search in the city. The nitty-gritty to this ditty, you need magic to find it. 'Twas designed by committee. Do not hurry, do not wait. The astrologer will tell your fate. He is not near, he is not far. He is at the end of Tariq of Stars. Erasmus is a wizard I respect. He can outpun almost anyone with his jest, with his best. Between Erasmus and Fenris, it's hard to get a joke in edgewise. Fenris is an aristo-rat at that, too. Their humor is no rumor.
See if he knows Punny Bones.
My knowledge is scanty, Auntie. Scanty, Auntie. If you are inclined to climb, a magic rope can give you hope to make it rise. Close your eyes, raise your arms high, and watch it fly. If the time is right, you're in a plight. You can get across it if you give a toss, Burma Shave. It's a good tool, fool, but remember the rule. The magic can't last, and on your last cast, it goes fast. So don't waste it, or you might find yourself hanging in there with nothing there. We have a special on magic ropes this year. It usually costs 12,500 centimes. For the limited time only, though, it's only 125 dinars. So do you want to scope a rope, Miss Anthrope? Oh, that one we did. Okay. Believe me, I remember. The Caddis Trail into the Caddis Trail Inn, he says, Catalee, as he goes from the feline to the ridiculous. Perfect persons. There was a money changer. Her name was Dinazard. It's understood that she was good and very, very bad. You can find her at the end of Dinar Takart, my lad. Tarek, my lad. The plaza of the fighters is west of here, Greer, and there you'll find the hall, Paul. Whirl. Notice my note, mister. It is their wish for the whirl of the dervish. He'll pay 1,500 centimes, in dinars, of course. Diners, of course, for such a thing, and all you have to do is find it. The dervish of the desert oversees his own oasis as he sits upon the sand by the shores of his small spring. It is somewhere south of Shapir and in the inches a bit east, and if you're going to go and gab with him, you better take a beast. Behold the beast of burden, it travels in the herd, and when it frequently is heard, when a saurus is observed, men. So you could ask about the saurus. The center of the city, Mitty, the water for the town, clown. You want to be a hero if you want to play the palace. The Sultan is selective about whom he will see. The Sultan sits upon his throne. I ponder if he's ever home. The Sultan sits inside his palace. Is he there? Well, go ask Alice if you can find her. Last when we met, she had a chat with a cat and chatter with a hatter, and it's Wonder Man. The Emir of Razir did disappear a year ago. Razir, I fear, is very queer, and if you do not interfere, I think that it will disappear. My knowledge is scanty, Andy. Genie, Din, the deserts where they all begin. Genie, Ifrit, Marid, Jan, Magic's where they all began. Here's my voice. Shapir is a city, small and quaint and pretty. Shapir is a land, large, great, and grand. We've read that one.
Okay. Let's call this right now, let's just look around. So there's these magic glasses.
Got Elmo on the shelf. A tag says, Ali Fakir, genuine X-ray glasses, 15 dinars. They look incredibly large, but the tag also says, one size fits all. It must be magic. You don't want to know what that is. Don't watch this too much or ruin your eyes. Shoot your eyes out, kid. This was the Keep-On's biggest fan until things took a turn for the worse. Keep-On grew tired of being a blade for a fool. This Michelin Man? The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man? No, it's the Doughberry Pills Boy. Nuns often are often in the habit of wearing these with their habit.
Question mark.
Don't know what that is. Those orbs look vaguely familiar. The place lies somewhere between weird and infinity, much more toward the weird. No, you're wrong. It's USS Expertise.
Exit prize.
Exit prize. Keep-On calls it the self-motivating, horizontally situated windmill.
Again, might be a giant.
There seems to be books in many languages, few of which are comprehensible to you. But you do recognize some of the old favorites, such as Ghost Riders in the Sky.
Sierra loved having just bunches of different books. To Air is Human.
Yes, there
Air
seems
Fly,
to be, yes,
the Wind
of the Bellows. Gnome with the wind. Gnome with the wind. That's funny. Well, they're either eggplants or a new doll called Baby Antwerp, which, when turned on its back, promptly explodes.
These orats on a stick? Yes!
You will have to agree that these are quite clearly orats on a stick. Extremely useful somewhere.
Cookie Monster.
This is a hand puppet labeled Cookie Monster. How odd. This is the hand puppet that is either Cecil the Sick, Sea Serpent, Ollie the Dragon, Zippy the Pinhead, depending on which way you squint. It is a dragon hand puppet.
And of course, a Rosella.
And this is the hand puppet bearing the name Rosella. They are genuine handcrafted Spielbergian beer steins with Baron Stefan's crest. They are waxen Icarus wings. They label Icarus wings. The label admonishes, do not attempt to use these wings in hot climates. The label on this sleeve says Commando Cody flying suit. A lady once asked Keep-On for a liniment for her sister with which to rub her chickens, but he thought she said 2 rubber chickens. Oddly, she never paid for them or took them home. You suddenly feel compelled to have a nice day. Talk about topsy-turvy. The sun shines up from the floor onto the clods above.
Oh, yeah. One thing that was also an issue when we first tried to play this, that we would come in here because his computer was slower. When we tried to buy certain things from him, he'd go off and then he'd come back, and then sometimes he wouldn't do anything, and he was just stuck and like. So you'd have to restore it.
You look awfully familiar and familiarly awful. Haven't you been here before?
Let's go back here.
It sure looked real.
Okay. We'll go now.
What about the eyeballs on the shelf? If you need to know some knowledge about the magic way, then go see Aziza, who will chant you if you stay. Look out, she's testy though. So long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye, see you real soon, Effendi Kaz, I like you. Bye, I guess. Did you all survive that? Living plants bring flowers outdoors. We read that one. He wants us to buy some living plants. Order. All right, now what is in here? Is this Aziza?
No, this is Herrick, the
Herrick.
fire druggist.
Herrick. It's a fire druggist.
Yeah, the
Gotcha.
apothecary.
Ah, I did not notice you come in. This is the apothecary where one can buy many wondrous and pills and oils. I am Herrick. If you need something, just let me know. Herrick. I am Herrick Attar, which means in your language, the fire druggist. I was well named.
Ask about fire.
Watch this.
Boom.
See how the flame reacts to incense? Fire is attracted to things it burns because it's very vain. Now I must get back to my work. If you see something that interests you, let me know.
Notice we got a point for that.
We did. What is it you wish to know? I have been told that the teeth of a dragon are very useful components, but I have never been fortunate enough to find any. This city and land are the very heart of the world. This is the apothecary where one can buy many wondrous pills. I am Herrick. If you need something, just let me know. I have the following pills for sale. Vigor pills. Healing pills. Poison cure pills. Mana pills. You can say that too many times. Mana pills.
Forte on the
Take one pill with water and get plenty of rest. Is that for the vigor? Vigor pills aid iron poor blood, restore vital minerals used up in strenuous activities such as, wait for it, exercising. What did you think I was going to say? Healing pills accelerate the normal healing of the body. Heroes such as yourself will undoubtedly need a large supply. The venom of the desert scorpions is deadly unless you take these pills before you are struck by its tail. The mana pills are very useful for those with magical abilities. They restore the magical energy used in spells. Pills tend to stick in your throat if you don't drink plenty with water. I sell oils for filling lamps and quieting squeaky hinges. A small container of oil costs 20 centimes. Now, let me ask you this before you click again. You're on the path becoming a paladin. You bought oil and you're going to use it as you can thief. You can actually oil the hinges and be a thief, and you still can be a paladin at the end of the day.
Trying to become a paladin as a thief is pretty tricky and generally doesn't work because you generally do a little too many dishonest things in Quest for Glory 3 when you're with Rakesh, and he knows you have some questionable methods on how you become a hero, and he kind of hints like, yeah, you might want to curve away from some of those things or not. Make
So
it
does he take away your paladin status?
You don't become a paladin. So
I consult him occasionally for good days to make pills. He is near the end of Tariq of the Stars. You can see the palace of the Sultan over its gates east of here. Even the Sultan, may peace always be with him, has often used my pills, especially the vigor ones, I'm guessing. The inn, I think, is in the palace to the south of here. The fountain is the source of water for the city. We got this. Her shop is the west of us at the end of Dinar Takar. The enchantress Aziza has a house. We know all these. I have a reward posted there, and I pay for pill components. I am always in need of certain components for my work. If you are brave enough to bring some of these components to me, I am more than willing to pay you for them. I am always out of scorpion venom to make poison cure pills and ghoul claws for my experiments. I will pay 20 dinars for the tail of a scorpion, 15 dinars for the claws of a ghoul. The sting of the scorpion's tail is death, unless you take my poison cure pills. Unfortunately, even though they will not help if you are struck by the tail more than once. Yikes. The ghoul is a creature of the night. The scrape of its claws chills the souls and draws the very life away from you. It takes a very agile adventurer to avoid death at its hands. I am trying to develop a pill which will protect against the effects of the claws of the ghoul. I have not been able to get many claws, for a few ghouls are willing to give them to me, and few adventurers are willing to get them for me. And I imagine most people die bringing them back. Okay, so something else. Desert. The desert is a wonderful source of a component for my pills, hint, hint.
Okay.
What about Rosier? When the old emir was overthrown, the apothecary of Rosier was taken over by the new emir. If you plan to go to Rosier, it might be wise to take some extra pills just in case such things are no longer available there. It seems like he really wants to sell these pills. The new emir, it said, uses drugs of the darkest nature, the ones which poison the mind and soul. Enough already.
Oh, cool. It's only midday.
It's only midday on day one. Can we look around the shop, or is that a no?
Maybe I should have bought some at least.
We should get some bigger pills. Thank you so much, AC, for the lurk. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you. And if I could only shout you out, I'd probably shout you out. Welcome back.
He's always like, oh, I didn't notice you. Like, what? Well, what are you doing then?
At least the other guy knows that he's seen us before. He's funny. It's definitely a punny guy, like Punny Bones, but not nearly annoying as Punny Bones, because Punny Bones really tried to be funny and was failing at it miserably. And this guy is just kind of rolls with it. They said that's why I read it so fast, because it says he talks that fast. All right, we're getting surprisingly close to the load. Do we need to sell anything before we go anywhere? I mean, this is it. This is the bare basics of what we have, and we are almost overweight.
Yeah.
So do we have to go doing some weightlifting and some stuff like that?
When you exercise and things like that. So.
And is that on day 2?
It's just like generally working out at the guild hall and stuff like that.
So fighting is not considered working out, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Well, when I think of working out, I think about Quest for Glory 4, when we went into the guild hall and you were lifting the weights and stuff like that. That's why I kept asking that.
So,
a million games later, and but I still remember some things. And I definitely remember the Rizulka. You guys would have liked to seen the Rizulka. Trust me on that. Tomorrow, tomorrow we can buy a Saurus.
Yes.
So today we're just wandering the desert, taking our chances. Hopefully we can fight. Is that what we're doing?
No, you're just going to the
dervish.
To the dervish. So I think I needed to know to get part of the beard.
And he's going to give that to us? Oh, there's something coming after us.
Ooh, hey, slow down, dude.
We're running as fast as we can away from the scorpion. There's great fan art for the Rizulka, I know. And I was like, whoa, when I saw it for the first time, I was like, whoa.
Sometimes just that it's smart enough to know to go around things like that is wonderful.